All right. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Sunday Under the Stars. This is our favorite roles edition. So today, performers will be singing songs from some of the favorite roles that they have played and sharing a little bit about that. Ryan, I know we talked a lot about dream roles. You played a lot of roles. If you had to pick a favorite role or two, what would it be?
Ay, ay, ay. I should have been more prepared because I should have thought that question would have been coming. Um, let's see. I'll have to say, I'll go back a little bit and pick one, and then kind of pick a more recent one. I'd have to say in a more historic one. By historic, it's not that old, but I'd have to say Huck Finn in Big River, and then more recently, I just kind of have to go with Edna in Hairspray. Now,
Great role. Great role.
It's closely tied with Dennis and Rock of Ages, but I think Edna surpasses just a little bit.
Yeah. How about you, Duke?
Probably the first one I ever did on stage, which was Spamalot when we were at Carlisle Theater still. That was probably one of my favorite roles. I was just, an ensemble member again, like we've discussed. That's how I like to play. And that was probably my favorite one, just because it was such a fun cast and it was such a fun show. And then I will throw in there the How I Became a Pirate, because it's fun doing those kids shows. That's a really fun thing. So.
Absolutely.
Duke, you just had to make it so much harder because my mind starts to go when I hear what you said, because then I'm like, oh, Spamalot. Oh wait, those kids shows, because Melman the Giraffe is by far my favorite role I have ever played in my entire life.
Definitely a classic. Definitely. We all have so many favorite roles, though, too. Over in the comment box on the side of your screen, let us know some of your favorite roles as this goes on. We'd love to hear them. Rowan, I don't want to, leave you out.
I was about to call you out. I was like,
oh no, I would never leave you out of that. So go ahead, Rowan. And welcome back. We're glad to have you back.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back. I'm just gonna say real quick. A couple weeks ago, when we did this, when I was here last time, all of you were like, "I shaved my head. I got a haircut," and I shaved my head now. So It's like 4 weeks late, but I'm finally one of the cool kids. My favorite role, well, similar to Freddie's song that he's going to talk about, in 5th grade, I was narrator 1 in the 5th grade play Casey at the Bat. And
you really peaked early in life there in 5th grade.
Yeah. And then I was like, also, I don't know if Duke was talking about kids shows. Last summer, I made my Keystone Theatrics debut as the principal in Emma JV, a pop musical. And
That's right. You did a great job too.
It was definitely, it stole the show for sure.
Thank you. I was also the stage manager. So I was off stage with a headset, all right, light 7, go. Track, go, lights. And then I ran onto the stage and had to come back and call lights again. So it was super fun. So that was a highlight.
Excellent. Yeah, like I said, some of us, we peak in 5th grade, and where does it go from there? So, no, you're still doing amazing things, mostly on stage, but, we're happy to have you back. So, as you mentioned, our first performer today, Freddie Miller, and I won't say too much because he's going to tell you a little bit about why he chose the song that he did, but I just love the title of it. Again, it's really easy in these times to focus on the negatives and be a little bit down, but ultimately, I hope that you can find the perspective, find the silver lining, and everyone can just appreciate how lucky we really are and all the blessings that we do have. So let's send it over to Freddie Miller singing How Lucky You Are from Seussical.
Well, hello there. My name is Freddie Miller. What's yours? Don't mind me. I was just reminiscing about the time when I played the Cat in the Hat in a riveting 7th grade production of Seussical Jr. holds a very, very special place in my heart. It was Friday, March 1st, 2013, when I walked out onto stage to sing my big Act 1 ballad, How Lucky You Are, as the Cat in the Hat. And as I waited for the karaoke track to start playing, nothing came. And so, I turned stage left, and then I looked stage right. seeing my directors in the wings saying, "Do something!" And so, I sang the whole thing a cappella. Today, I reprise that very moment. A cappella. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you should do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. When your life's going wrong, when the fates are unkind, when you're limping along and get kicked from behind, tell yourself how lucky you are. Why decry a cloudy sky, an empty purse, a crazy universe? My philosophy is simply, things could be worse. So be happy you're here, think of life as a thrill, and if worst comes to worst, as we all know it will, maybe thank your lucky stars you've gotten this far, and tell yourself how lucky you are, how lucky, how lucky, how lucky you are.
Thank you so much, Freddie, for getting us started. All right, I'm going to start a sentence, and then I would like each of you to finish the sentence. Ryan, a funny thing happened on the way to...
On the way to the Walmart.
I'm sure right now there's lots of funny things happening on the way to and at Walmart.
At
Dude,
Walmart.
a funny thing happened on the way to...
McDonald's to pick up some to go for once so I don't have to eat dinner at home.
There you go. Rowan, a funny thing happened on the way to...
The chiropractor.
I love it. You just use your imagination. So
Yeah.
what could have possibly happened?
Yeah.
Of course,
Great trip.
yeah. Maybe you can do all of them at once there. You know, stop at Walmart, go to the chiropractor, then get McDonald's. Funny things happen all the time. The reason we use that as our introduction, of course, is that our next performer, you saw him the last time out as one of our special guest hosts. Today you will see him as a performer. So please welcome Jeremy Slagle singing Pretty Little Picture from A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum.
Hey, it's Jeremy, and I will be singing for you today Pretty Little Picture from the show A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, or just Forum, as some people like to shorten the title. I was fortunate enough to play this role, Pseudolus, a few years ago at the Carlisle Theater and their Summer Salute production. And that's the time of year around the 4th of July when they perform a show for the community, and it would be free to attend, so the crowd would always be sold out and have great energy, and it was such a great space to perform a show in. So I love this role so much. It's very fun and silly, and I enjoyed it a lot. So Pretty Little Picture from Forum. In the time of this, it's a boat, gently dipping its bow, trim and tiny and built to float. Pretty little picture. Now, put a boy on the starboard side, leaning out of the rail. Next to him, put a blushing bride, slim and slender and starry-eyed. Down below, put a tiny bed. The sun gets pale, the sea gets red, and off they sail on the first high tide. The boat and the bed and the boy and the bride. It's a pretty little picture. Oh my, pretty little picture. How true, pretty little picture, which I, Pseudolus, give to you. Feel the roll of the playful waves, see the sails as they swell. Hear the whips on the galley sleigh. Pretty little picture. Now let it carry your cares away. Out of sight, out of mind. Past the buoy and through the bay. Soon there's nothing but sea and spray. Night descends and the moon's aglow. Your arms entwine, you're still below, but far behind. At the edge of day, the bong of the bell and the buoy and the bay and the boy and the bride and the boat are away. It's a pretty little picture to share as your little boat sails to sea. Take a little trip free as air. Have a little freedom on me. No worries, no bothers, no captains, no fathers. In the ocean an island waits, smooth and sandy and pink, filled with lemons and nuts and dates. Pretty little picture. Think, in a cottage of cypress trees, seashells dotting the door. Boy and bride live a life of ease, doing nothing but what they please. Every night when the stars appear, there's nothing more to see or hear. Just the shore where the lovers lie, the sand and the sea and the stars in the sky, and the sound of a soft little satisfied sigh. All your petty little problems will cease, and your little blessings will flow, and your little family increased. Pretty little picture, no, no. Pretty little master, peace. Pretty little picture.
Thanks, Jeremy. That was a great job. Up next, we have Josh Schwartz singing Forest for the Trees from Spitfire Grille.
Hi, Keystone Theatrics family. I am going to be performing a song from a lesser-known show called The Spitfire Grille, which I was in about 3 years ago at Oyster Mill Playhouse. The character, Sheriff Joe Sutter, has just made a very important decision. I'd like to think the old man didn't raise a fool, but sitting in the woods out there today, I couldn't think why anyone with half a brain would ever pack his bags and move away. I'm just a fool who couldn't see the forest for the trees. That is until the day you came along. And now that outbound train has one less passenger, it's here in this wide woods that I belong. There's things they never teach you in a country school. There's things you gotta find out for your own. I may be slow, but even so I finally know that I don't want to live my life alone. I'm just a fool who couldn't see the forest for the trees. That is until the day you came along. And now that outbound train has one less passenger, it's here in this wide woods that we belong. I'm just a fool who couldn't see the forest for the trees. That is until the day you came along. And now that outbound train has one less passenger, it's here in this wide woods that we belong. It's here in this wide woods that we belong.
Josh, that was a great job. You know, Rowan, when you said about, you know, in 5th grade and your Casey and the Bat experience, you know, it triggered something in my mind. In 5th grade, I did The Wizard of Oz and I played the Scarecrow. And interestingly enough, the piano player was pregnant at the time, and it came time for me to sing If I Only Had a Brain, and she didn't start playing. Here we found out she was having a contraction. So there was this big delay before she started. And there I am in 5th grade, just standing there ready to go. I could, I could, but hey, it was The Wizard of Oz. It was 5th grade, and everyone thought it was adorable. So, Torrence Brown is now going to take us to the land of Oz and share a little bit of Dorothy with her rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Hi, my name is Torrence Brown, and the song I'm going to be singing to you today is Somewhere Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. I played Dorothy Gale this past Christmas season in Christmas 2019, and I've been in The Wizard of Oz. This was my 3rd time. I've always wanted to play Dorothy, and I got the opportunity to at the Washington County Playhouse, and it was just such a fun time because Dorothy is such a classic, well-known, beloved character, and The Wizard of Oz is a favorite musical of many people, so playing her had to be one of my favorite roles. Now the world is a hopeless jumble, and the raindrops tumble around. Heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darkened up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Thank you.
Thanks, Torrence. That was fantastic. Cool. So I'm gonna continue with this like first theater experience theme. Pippin was the first Broadway show that I saw. Not in 5th grade, but like shortly thereafter. And it was fabulous. It was one of the greatest shows. I think being like a tech person, it really threw me into the tech world because after they dropped the set at the end and it's just bare walls, beautiful. But nobody cares about that. I bet everybody stopped listening. but cool, that's fine. So the next song is Corner of the Sky, sung by Ian Wallace, which is a fabulous song for Pippin, one of the most famous songs from Pippin. So in honor of my first Broadway show, take it away, Ian.
Hi, my name is Ian Wallace, and I'll be singing Corner of the Sky from Pippin. Now, this was one of my favorite roles I ever got to do because it's the role that got me into wanting to do acting. Hit my mic. So yeah, I did this show my sophomore year of high school, and it's sort of the one that got the ball rolling and started me on the journey that I'm still on today. So I hope you enjoy. Everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill, children fit in the snow. So why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydreams, every man has his goals. People like the way dreams have of sticking to the soul. Thunderclouds have their lightning and nightingales have their song. And don't you see, I want my life to be something more than long. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. So many men seem destined to settle for something small. Well, I won't rest until I know I have it all. Don't ask where I'm going, just listen when I'm gone. And far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. The sky. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you so much, Ian. For our next song, we are revisiting a show that we did this past September. It was one of the most fun I know that I have had working on a show. Duke worked on it with us. Behind the scenes, Ryan was in it. Rowan was at college, so she wasn't a part of this one, but it was, of course, the huge hit, Mamma Mia. Rocked the Playhouse for 3 weekends in September. And it's a high energy show. People were singing and dancing, but there is one moment in the show that just kind of stops. And it got so quiet and you could just hear a pin drop. And that is, of course, at the power ballad in Act 2, The Winner Takes It All. I know Duke and I would just stand back in the booth, and it was really like even the tech people on headset, like the headset chatter stopped. The audience was just silent, and they were hanging on every word because it's such an emotional and writhing and heartbreaking song. And it was just sung like crazy by Lindsay Bretz-Morgan. So Lindsay is back with us this week, and she is going to help us revisit that powerful emotional moment from the second half of Mamma Mia. Reprising her role as Donna in Mamma Mia, please welcome Lindsay singing The Winner Takes It All.
Mamma Mia, one of the most fun shows I've ever done, and Donna is a role very, very similar to myself. which I always like playing because it kind of brings more, it makes me find something more of myself that I never saw before. Donna is very, on the outside, very strong, independent, hardworking. She has this tough shell. She's like, yeah, I can do anything. I don't need anybody. I just need my daughter, and like, but I don't need any men. And underneath, she has this beautiful, soft shell where she appreciates love and romance, and she's just, you know, super, not insecure at all, but just she's gentle and she's loving. This song that I'm going to sing, I don't know why I'm like getting ready to cry when I didn't even sing it yet. The Winner Takes It All is a really cool ABBA song, right? But it's actually a super, if you listen to the lyrics, it's a tough song to get through. But I hope you enjoy this song, and I hope everyone stays safe and healthy and sane. And here's The Winner Takes It All. I don't want to talk about things we've gone through, though it's hurting me. Now it's history. I played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say, no more ace to play. The winner takes it all, the loser standing strong beside the victory. That's her destiny. I was in your arms, thinking I belonged there. I figured it made sense, building me a fence. Building me a home, thinking I'd be strong there, but I was a fool, playing by the rules that God's made through the dice, and mine's as cold as ice, and someone waiting here loses someone dear. The winner takes it all, the loser has to fall. It's simple and it's plain. Why should I complain? Tell me, does she kiss like I used to kiss you? Does it feel the same when she calls your name? Somewhere deep inside, you must know I miss you. But what can I say? Rules must be obeyed. The judges will decide. The likes of me abide. Spectators have shown we stay low. The game is on again. A lover or a friend, a big thing or a small, when it takes it all. apologize. If it makes you feel bad, seeing me so tense, no self-confidence, but you see, when it takes it all, when it takes it all, the game is on again. A lover or a friend, a big thing or a small, but it takes it all. The winner takes it
That was fantastic. Can you guys just put yourself together?
I need a minute.
Okay. Okay.
All right. I think I'm okay.
Okay. You good, Duke?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Lindsay, for recreating that song and sharing it with us. You know, I have to say, Lindsay and I have probably done a lot of favorite roles together over time. You know, I can think of a couple off the top of my head. You know, we've done Rocky Horror together and a couple different pairings with that one, and also Barnum, which was super fantastic, and Will Rogers Follies. So there's been a lot of things that we've done, and we had a lot of fun along the way. And then on to the next performer. You know, it kind of ties back to that last show, but also to another favorite show that I spoke about, thanks to Duke, which was Spamalot. So now we're going to have Adam Murray share King Arthur's I'm All Alone, which I think a lot of people can probably relate to right now. So take it away, Adam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adam Murray, and I am so excited to be a part of another Sunday Under the Stars. This time it's Favorite Roles Edition. Tonight I'm going to be singing for my favorite role, which was King Arthur in Spamalot. I've performed at this specific role actually twice, once at college at Penn State and another time at Allenbury, of course. And the reason why it's my favorite role is because not just actually the role itself, but because of the show itself. Both times I've been a part of casts that were so much fun to be with and just so much fun to work with. And it was just such a really, really fun time. And, you know, I kind of picture it like, it just makes me miss being able to interact with people on stage and off stage, and I'm very excited to be performing I'm All Alone from the show. So enjoy. Thank you. I'm all alone, all by myself. There is no one here beside me. I'm all alone, quite all alone. No one to comfort me or guide me. Why is there no one here with me on the long and winding road to lift my heavy load? If there was someone here with me, how happy I would be. But I'm alone, quite all alone. All by myself, I'm all alone. I'm all alone.
He's all alone.
All by myself.
Except for me.
I cannot face tomorrow. I'm all alone.
Though I am here.
Quite all alone.
So very near.
No one to share my sorrow.
It seems quite clear to me that since I've been dating him, we've been performing on a whim. Ever since this quarantine, he's made me want to scream!
But I'm alone.
No, you're not!
Quite all alone.
I need a shot.
All by myself, I'm all alone. He's all alone, so all alone. All by himself, all by myself. There is no one here to guide him. He's all alone, so all alone. Apart from us, no one to comfort him or guide him. Each one of us is all alone. So what are we to do in order to get through? We must be lonely, side by side. It's a perfect way to hide. We're all alone, so all alone. Yes, all alone, so all alone. Each by ourselves, we're all alone. And scene. Thank you very much. Everyone enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you at the theater soon. Bye.
Thank you so much, Adam. That was a lot of fun. And also, thank you to our special guest there, Gretchen Ray. She kind of stole the show there, Adam. Not that you weren't wonderful, but well done. Very funny song. And again, I think very appropriate for right now. And hopefully we're not all going quite as mad as Adam might have looked in that video. Gretchen was on stage with us in our last main stage show we did, the play Leading Ladies, and she did a great job there also. And Rowan, you have a little history with Adam and Spotlight, correct?
Yeah. So for all you super fans out there, I was one of the the spotlight operators for Spamalot, and in I'm All Alone, King Arthur's like singing or whatever, and Patsy is like, no, like, which I'm sure y'all know, but like, so my job as the follow spot was to only put King Arthur in the circle of the spotlight, and Patsy kept trying to like inch into the spotlight and kept looking at the light, and so I kept narrowing it and avoiding him. It was so much fun, and it was funnier like every night. Like the audience really liked it for some reason, so that was cool, because rarely does a follow spot do something that the whole audience is like, I saw that, that's the thing. And so the little circle moving on Adam was great. I don't know if Adam knows that, but
he does now. Yeah,
that is what happened.
That's actually, for me, that's one of the best parts about Spamalot. Like the way it's written and constructed, literally everybody gets to be a part of it. The pit is not just playing. They're a part of it with certain jokes and certain bits, stage crew. I mean, just everybody gets to play a part, and it's a lot of fun. Definitely, I mean, our production of Spamalot, that was one of my favorite times I had on stage there. I got to play Sir Robin alongside Ryan and Adam and several others. But I'm actually going to do something a little different this week. You know, I like to do the parody songs, the funny songs, but I'm gonna participate this week in the favorite roles, and I'm gonna do this in dedication to a role I played a long, long time ago, and to someone that I've known for a long time. So, back when we first started doing these, I made my Fiona quarantine video, and as I was going back through some comments underneath it, I saw the following comment. And it was from Stephanie Newberry, who I have known now for probably 15 years, worked with many of her daughters in the theater world. And it's from when I did a production of Grease, and I played the role of Duty, who gets to sing that fun number, Those Magic Changes. So here's that comment. It says, if you find it within, could you do magic changes for my mom? One of her favorites, and she loved your rendition. I would have loved to have had you do that at her service. And unfortunately, her mother passed away back on March 5th, 2020, at a hard time to really be able to do the services and things that you want to do with these times. So I thought, in honor of the Newberry family and of Virginia Rose herself, that I would sing and reprise my role of Duty in Grease. So here is Those Magic Changes, and this one's for you, Virginia.
Seats
C, 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 A minor, F, 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 G, 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 G7. What's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro? I have never heard that song before, but if I don't hear it anymore, it's still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me, 'cause those chords remind me of the night that I first fell in love to. Those magic changes, my heart arranges a melody. It's never the same, a melody. It's calling your name and begs you, please come back to me. Please return to me. Don't go away again or make them play again. The music I want to hear is once again you whisper in my ear. Oh, my darling, oh, oh. Ooh, I'll be waiting by the radio. You'll come back to me someday, I know. Been so lonesome since our last goodbye, but I'm singing as I cry, while the bass is pounding, while the drums are sounding. Beatings of my broken heart will rise to first place on the chart. Oh, my heart arranges all those magic changes. Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I thought this would be a good time to kind of lift things up here and play what has become a favorite segment here of the Sunday Under the Stars by at least me. I don't know if anybody else likes it, but I think it's pretty fun. So we are going to play a game today. Woo! Woo! Today we are going to guess the name of Broadway musicals from emojis. So this is an emoji Broadway musical quiz. So there are going to be 15. Yeah, there's going to be 15 of these. So I am going to ask you to find a piece of paper, write your name on it, and number it 1 to 15. Okay, I'm going to go through these 15, and I'll give you a few seconds on each one. You write it down. Then at the end, we'll look at all 15, and we will see how you did. Those of you playing at home, you can either, get out your own paper and write and see how you did, or you can just, write in the comment box. You can not do any of those things. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. So, name that Broadway musical from emojis. I will give. All right. You're going to have 10 seconds for each one. Take a look at the emojis and write down the name of the musical. Musical number 1. Musical number 2. Musical number 3. Musical number 4. Musical 5. Musical 6. Number 7. Musical number 8. Musical 9. Musical 10. musical number 11. Musical 12. Musical 13. Musical number 14. And the last one, musical number 15. All right, here was the first one, and the correct answer was Frozen.
Yay!
Next one. This one was tricky. My gut impulse was Legally Blonde, actually, when I first saw it. But the correct answer is Chicago.
That's interesting. I had mine as Chicago and changed it to Legally Blonde because of the bunny.
Yeah, the bunnies are what got me there, too. I guess they were just showing the two women there. So that's why I went to Legally Blonde right away. And
I went to Chicago right away.
Yeah.
I went to Chicago and fixed it.
Darn.
Because of the bunny ears.
All right, here's the next one. That, of course, was the Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
I'm on a streak so far. It's going to end
Next
soon.
one
I realized I screwed this one up.
is Rent.
Oh.
Did not get that.
Great.
Yeah, not even
Rent.
close.
Yep.
Got it.
No money, camera, guitar. We're not going to pay. Broken Down House. Next one. King Kong. The musical King Kong.
I couldn't remember if it was King Kong or if it was Godzilla or what, but I was like, let's go with that.
You got
Godzilla's a lizard.
I know. Okay, let's just make fun of two.
Next one was Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
Where the beast is clearly played by a boar.
Borgie and the Beast. Next one was Wicked.
Well, I had Wizard of Oz / Wicked
Yeah.
because it's
If there's a slash, we'll accept it. My gut was Wizard of Oz too, but
well, yeah, that's what I had.
it's still the same kind of story. But I like that they put the yes, we'll accept either one there. But Wicked is technically we'll accept either one if you did like the slash, the backslash. So
What if you put question marks?
yeah, I'll still take it. So all right, here is the next one. Duke, do you think you got this one?
I don't know. I put Legally Blonde for this one.
Oh, it's Mean Girl.
Oh, I get it.
Got it. Because she does world burn, and also there's a teacher.
Yeah, well, I was like, where were I wrote down, I made a mental note of, the globes, but I couldn't, I was like, oh, and the world goes round.
Yeah, from Africa to America. So
And-
they always make perfect sense after you know what they are. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this one was tricky.
I didn't get this one.
At least two of you have seen this one. One of you saw it with me. This was this year's Tony winner, Hades Town.
Oh,
What?
that's why.
But I don't understand how that, I think mine's better. It's Beauty and the Beast 2, Lumiere and Cogsworth's Revenge.
The rose petal, obviously iconic there, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It definitely, I think they tried to design that as a trick for Beauty and the Beast, but that's why I put it after Beauty and the Beast, so you'd know it wasn't Beauty and the Beast.
I did not get Hades Town.
I disagree that
No.
it's Hades Town.
Next one, Dear Evan Hansen.
Nope.
Okay, this was a tricky one, a little quirky one. It started off Broadway, found a little cult following, and then went to Broadway. This is Be More Chill.
Can I just throw into the world? This was workshopped at Penn State.
Very cool.
Wow.
Never. Nope.
Duke, you don't know this one?
Yeah,
No.
this one had a lot of them, but once you put them all together, it made sense. This is the Stephen Sondheim classic, Company.
Yeah, it is.
Phone rings, door chimes.
Yep. Okay, this one is tricky. My guess, I guessed wrong when I first did this. I guessed Beetlejuice. But it is next to normal, yes.
And then I started to laugh because I was picturing him as a ghost looking like that.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert.
I haven't seen it.
Well, we haven't given it away yet, but, you know, spoiler alert.
Oh,
He's
I don't
not
care.
a weird, creepy ghost. Okay, next one. I thought this one would be easier than it was, but I guess it wasn't. This is Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, Lord.
No, it's not, but sure.
I put Hamlet.
Hamlet, there's probably a musical version of Hamlet somewhere.
Yeah, and I picked like Into the Woods because I thought it was the baker's house and then Jack's beanstalk growing, and then there was death.
Nope, it's plant flower shop, eating people death. And then the last one, we'll see if you like me. My first instinct was Pinky Boots, but that is not correct. Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Oh my god, I love that.
That's I don't know.
Once you look at it, it makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That could also, I think it's the best little whorehouse in Texas.
Oh.
I'm sure they designed it to with some trickeration in mind. So, we'll see how you did here.
I got 8.
I got 7.
I got 12.
Wow.
Okay, so that was really tricky. We'll see. I don't know if you are honestly keeping score at home. You can share with us in the comments how you did. It looks like with 12 out of 15, Rowan, congratulations. You are our winner. Duke and Ryan also did really well there. It was tricky. There were some tricky ones there. Again, when I first took it, I only got a 12 also. I missed 3 of them when I took it myself. So.
And honestly, you know, there is Emoji Land, the musical, so really that should have just been the answer for everything.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Emoji Land.
But hopefully you enjoyed our little break there, our little game, and now we will get back to some fabulous singers.
You know, we've all been talking about things in the past that have all related to favorite experiences and whatnot. So Dustin, I'm going to ask you a question. What has been the favorite show that you have put together within the past 5 years?
In the last 5 years or so, there's so many of them. I think it might be a little bit more than 5 years ago now, but I really enjoyed our production of Jesus Christ Superstar that we did back at the Carlisle Theater. We kind of modernized it, took it into a more current situation and really focused on kind of like social media aspect and what it would have looked like if the apostles lived today and how they would have communicated and things like that. So I think just top to bottom, it was just a really well constructed show with a great cast.
Yeah, and it was that show where Duke tried to help me perfect my golf swing.
That is the truth, yes.
So, you know, it's amazing how much happens in, 5-year span. A lot can happen. If we look at the last 5 years, did we ever think we'd end up where we are today? No. I think that goes for some couples too, right? So, maybe that's why the last 5 years has become such a popular musical. And here to share a song from that is Nina Cline.
Hi, my name is Nina Cline, and my favorite role was Kathy Hyatt in the last 5 years. A show I was able to be in with the beloved and talented Josh Schwartz. And tonight I will be singing And I Can Do Better Than That. My best friend had a little situation at the end of our senior year. And like a shot, she and Mitchell got married that summer. Carol Ann getting bigger every minute, thinking, what am I doing here? While Mitchell's out every night being a heavy metal drummer. They got a little cute house on a little cute street with a crucifix on the door. Mitchell got a job at the record store in the mall. Just the typical facts of a typical life in a town on the Eastern Shore. I thought about what I wanted. It wasn't like that at all. Made Carol Ann a cute baby sweater, thinking I can do better than that. In a year or so, I moved to the city thinking, what do I got to lose? Got a room, got a cat, and got 20 pounds thinner. Met a guy in a class I was taking with some very well-placed tattoos. He wouldn't leave me alone unless I went with him to dinner. And I guess he was cute, and I guess he was sweet, and I guess he was good in bed. I gave up my life for the better part of a year. So I'm starting to think that this maybe might work, and the second it entered my head, he needed to take some time off, focus on his career. He blew me off with a heartfelt letter. I thought I can do better than that. You don't have to get a haircut. You don't have to change your shoes. You don't have to like Duran, just love me. You don't have to put the seat down. You don't have to watch the news. You don't have to learn to tango. You don't have to eat prosciutto. You don't have to change a thing, just stay with me. I want you and nothing but you. Miles and piles of you. Finally I'll have something worthwhile to think of each morning. You and nothing but you. No substitution will do. Nothing but fresh, undiluted, and pure. Top of the line. And totally mine. I don't need any lifetime commitments. I don't need to get hitched tonight. I don't want you to throw up all your walls and defenses. I don't mean to put on any pressure, but I know when a thing is right. And I spend every day reconfiguring my senses. When you get to my house, take a look at that town. Take a look at how far I've gone. I will never go back, never look back anymore. And it seems like your life has led right to my side, and it'll keep me there from now on. Think about what you wanted. Think about how it could be. Think about how I love you. Say you're moving with me. Think of what's great about me and you. Think of the bullshit we've both been through. Think of what's past, because we can do better. We can do better. We can do better than that. We can do better than that.
Thank you so much, Nina. Great job. Our next performer is Travis Pierce. You may have seen him on stage as King Triton in The Little Mermaid a couple summers ago. He also was Pepper in Mamma Mia for us. And this is a show that I know very well and a topic that I know very well. It's from the show Little Women. Those of you who know my dear sweet mother and sister, they are indeed very little women. You know, they crack 4 or 5 feet there, but love you, Mom. But I was, Little Women's a show I was in also, and I had a lot of fun doing it too. It's a show that's really about the March family and the March sisters, but I got to play the role of Lori, which was a lot of fun. And Travis got to play the role of Professor Bear, and he's going to revisit a number from that show called How I Am, and I'll let him tell you the rest. Take it away, Travis.
Hello everyone, my name is Travis Pierce, and tonight I am going to be sharing a song with you from Little Women the Musical called How I Am. I was introduced to this show many years ago by a good friend of mine, and I instantly fell in love with the music. It's a beautiful story, incredible music, and it's actually one of my top 5 shows that I would love to direct someday. So the song I am going to share with you is sung by Professor Bear, who I actually had the privilege of being able to portray back in 2016 in a production of Little Women, the musical. And in this song, he is struggling to write a letter back to Joe March because he's starting to realize some feelings that he has. So we need to get started, and I'm not ready for 1866, as you can tell. So please excuse me, and I'll be right back. She asks how I am. So, how am I? My days are the usual days. I get up, I go out. Time goes by. My days are exactly the days I have lived since arriving here. In fact, how I am is a maze, how this comforts me year by year. I work and I eat. Life is muffins and jam. The house is nice and quiet now. That is how I am. 5 years in these rooms, reading Hegel and Kant. My mind is devoted to thoughts on the meaning of life. What more could I want? So why is it lately I find I'm uneasy all through the night? And why even now does my skin feel explosive as dynamite? Why does my heart pound like a battering ram? How can she ask me how I am? How I am is fine. Dear Miss March, there is nothing dramatic or new to report. This will be short. Morning and evening I live in my usual way. On the day you return, you will see for yourself. Tell me, Miss March, are you happy so far from the clang and the beat of our turbulent street? Quite often I think of our days in New York. But of course, since you left, I have been quite content. I wake in the morning and all that I hear is the absence of sound. Yes, my peace is disturbed, but the ruckus is me as my thoughts run aground. I wanted a life by myself in these rooms, and now all around me another life looms. Who asked her to come and to go and to leave me like that? And now she expects me to send her a note with words if I spoke that would stick in my throat. Who asked her to change how I live, how I think, how I am. She asks how I am. How do I reply? I go through my daily routine. I give lessons, I wait. Time goes by. But lately I find there is pleasure in humming a silly tune. And some days I go to the park and I sit there all afternoon. Some evenings I swear I can hear a door slam. The house is far too quiet now. That is how I am.
All right, well, thank you, Travis. Great job singing there. Hey, guys, did you know that the next song is another throwback to a show we did back in the fall? Erin Kelly's going to be singing Gimme, Gimme, and I can't believe we're doing another Mamma Mia song tonight. Like, isn't that, like, I think that's so fun because that show was just a blast. And, you know, you can't wait to see her go, gimme, 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 a man after midnight.
Wait, Duke. I think that's the wrong Gimme, Gimme. I'm sorry. I think he is going to do the Gimme, Gimme as sung by Millie in Thoroughly Modern.
I really need to start paying attention to what shows they're doing. I just looked at the
Saturday
title.
Night Fever all over again, dude.
Yeah. But you know the words are very, very similar this time, so I will give you that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right, so Erin Kelly is going to be singing "Gimme Gimme" from Thoroughly Modern Millie, apparently. So take it away, Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin Kelly, and I will be singing "Gimme Gimme" from the musical Thoroughly Modern Millie. I had the pleasure of playing the role of Millie Dilmount in Thoroughly Modern Millie my senior year of high school, and it was just a really exciting time. I was wrapping up the high school chapter of my life, and I was super excited to be heading off to college to pursue a BFA in musical theater. Also, this musical has a lot of tapping and belting in it, so what's not to like? A simple choice, nothing more. This or that, either or. Marry well, social world, businessman, clever girl, or pin my future on a green glass love. What kind of life am I dreaming of? I say, gimme, 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 gimme that thing called love. I want it. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I need it. Highs and lows, tears and laughter. Gimme happy ever after. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I crave it. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I'll brave it, thick and thin, rich or poor time. Gimme years and all one more time. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I'm free now. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I see now fly dove, sing sparrow. Gimme Cupid's famous arrow. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I don't care if he's a nobody. In my heart, he'll be a somebody, somebody to love me. I need it. Give me that thing called love. I want it. Here I am, Saint Valentine. My bags are packed. I'm first in line. Aphrodite, don't forget me. Romeo and Juliet, me flying dove, sing sparrow. Give me fat boy's famous arrow. Give me that thing called
Thank you very much, Erin, singing Gimme, Gimme. Not Gimme, 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 but Gimme, Gimme from Thoroughly Modern Millie. Again, we have fun when we play those games and things. You know, it's fun to play those trivia things, but little did you know, we actually have a trivia master who has joined us before and will be joining us again this week. For those of you who don't know, Terry Sheldon has appeared on Jeopardy! On March 29th, 1988, and he has also appeared on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire back on April 5th, 2001, and we actually have a little clip of that appearance that I'm going to show you right now.
All right, time is up. Let's see that answer in the correct order, starting with the earliest film, and it was Amadeus, and then Summersby, Remains of the Day, finally Saturday Night Fever. That's the right order. Who got it? And the fastest time winner is Terry Sheldon. Hello, Terry. Come on over here. There you go. Terry's the winner. Terry going for the big bucks when we come back.
So there he was. Look how excited he was to be picked. And you might be asking yourself, how did Terry Sheldon do? Well, Terry was on the $32,000 question when this happened.
How do you like that for a decisive spring?
Hey, that's... Oh, well. I'm going to go with my gut on this one. I'm going to say A, Houston, Texas.
Final answer.
Final answer.
No, it's Huntsville, Alabama. And I'm sorry about that. I can't tell you how sorry I am. Sorry, Terry. Good luck to you, buddy.
That was a tough break. The Ask the Audience, it was really pretty even. It really wasn't helpful. Terry went with his gut. We can't fault him for that. Did not get the 32,000, dropped back down to the 1,000. But still, what an amazing experience to get to be on both Jeopardy and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm sure that is a situation that Terry has reviewed and replayed many, many times. And speaking of reviewing the situation, that's what Terry is going to be sharing with us here today from the musical Oliver. Here is Trivia Master Terry singing Reviewing the Situation.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Terry Sheldon, and tonight I'm going to be singing Reviewing the Situation from the musical Oliver. The song is sung by the character Fagin, and that was a role that I was privileged to play back in about 2009, I think it was. At any rate, one of the reasons why that is one of my favorite roles is that it was my introduction to the Carlisle Theater Company and to working with Dustin, LeBlanc, and many, many other people who have become close friends of mine and colleagues who we worked on a great many shows together over the years. So that's... I'm not sure if Dustin would remember it quite that fondly, but so it goes. At any rate, here is Reviewing the Situation. A man's got a heart, hasn't he? Joking apart, hasn't he? And though I be the first one to say that I wasn't a saint, finding it hard to be really as black as they paint, I'm reviewing the situation. Can a fella be a villain all his life? All the trials and tribulation. Better settle down and get myself a wife. And a wife will cook and sew for me and come for me and go for me and go for me and nag at me. Her fingers she will wag at me. The money she will take from me. A misery she'll make for me. I think I better think it out again. A wife you can keep anyway. I'd rather sleep anyway. Left alone in the world with the one, and I'm starting from now. So how to win friends and to influence people. So how I'm reviewing the situation. I must quickly look up everyone I know. Titled people with a station who can help me make a real impressive show. I will own a suite of claridges and run a fleet of carriages and wave at all the duchesses with friendliness as much as is befitting of my new estate. Good morrow to you, magistrate. I think I better think it out again. So where do I go? Somebody. Who do I know? Nobody. All my dearest companions have always been villains and thieves. So at my time of life I should start turning over new leaves. I'm reviewing the situation. If you want to eat, you've got to earn a bob. Is it such a humiliation for a robber to perform an honest job? So a job I'm getting, possibly. I wonder who my boss will be. I wonder if he'll take to me, what bonuses he'll make to me. I'll start at 8 and finish late at normal rate and all. But wait, I really think I better think it out again. What happens when I'm 70? Must come a time, 70, when you're old and it's cold, and who cares if you live or you die? The one consolation's the money you may have put by. I'm reviewing the situation. I'm a bad 'un and a bad 'un, I shall say. You'll be seeing no transformation. Still, it's wrong to be a rogue in every way. I don't want nobody hurt for me or made to do the dirt for me. This rotten life is not for me. It's getting far too hot for me. There is no in-between for me. But who will change the scene for me? Don't want no one to rob for me. But who will find a job for me? I think I better think it out again. Hey! Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Terry, for sharing that song from Oliver with us. You know, we would be amiss if one of these cabarets didn't always include Disney, because everybody loves the Disney music, the Disney songs, the Disney experience. And we're going to have two ladies share kind of the opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to Disney. We have the happy, you know, heroine of the story, but we're also going to share the villain on the other side of the spectrum. And, you know, Carly Lafferty is going to be sharing Belle from Beauty and the Beast with A Change in Me. And, you know, for Carly, it's interesting for me to have watched her grow over the years, because when I met Carly, I was her performing arts director in middle school when she was in 8th grade. So she's grown into an adult now, which really ages me some. But she'll be sharing Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and then Shalisha will be sharing Ursula's Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid, which she did on stage at Allenbury. So take it away, ladies, and share the Disney magic.
Hi, my name is Carly Lafferty. My favorite role that I ever got to be was Belle in Beauty and the Beast at Redland High School in 2015, which was my senior year of high school. One reason she was my favorite is because who doesn't want to be a Disney princess? But also it was because of the children. It was so magical to finish a show and come out and see all of these kids dressed as not only Beauty and the Beast characters, but so many other characters, and just their faces lit up because we were real to them. We really were, and it made me feel like I was doing my job. And that's really why we perform, is to bring joy to others, and to see that I was doing that just made me so happy. This song takes place in the show after Belle arrives home to her father, and he assumes that she escaped, and she's explaining to him that the Beast let her go, and he really has changed her perspective on so much. So this is A Change in Me from Beauty and the Beast. I hope you enjoy it.
I still depend upon
Sorry. Just putting on my villain lipstick for this. My name is Shalisha, and I played Ursula in The Little Mermaid at Keystone Theatrics a few years ago. And I was really excited because when I was a kid, I watched The Little Mermaid over and over again. We actually didn't have cable, so all I had was the VHS tape, which tells you how old I am, and I would literally just watch the movie all the time. And I got more excited when Ursula's song came on than I did for Part of Your World. So I don't know what that says about me, but that's part of my life story. So when I found out that I had the opportunity to play the part, I was really excited and ready because I already had the song memorized. So I was really glad to be a part of that production. And I get the chance to sing the song for you again today. So hopefully you enjoy it. My dear sweet child, that's what I do. It's what I live for. To help unfortunate merfolk like yourself. Poor souls with no one else to turn to. I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light, and made a switch. True, yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And here lately, please don't laugh, I use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed, pathetic, poor, unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor, unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, crying spells, Ursula, please, and I help them. Yes, I do. Now, it's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake them across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole, I've been a saint to those poor, unfortunate souls. Now, here's the deal. This is the part of the song that has dialogue, but I'm here by myself, with no one to talk to, with my voice, which I have. Speaking of which, what do you say, princess? Sounds like a good deal to me, and I just need one little teensy, tiny, little thing for payment, something that you don't even need, you'll never even miss it. All I want from you is your voice. You don't even need it. You don't even need it. You'll have your looks, your pretty face, and don't underestimate the power of body language. Ha! The men up there don't like a lot of blabber. They think a girl who gossips is a bore. Yes, on land it's much preferred for ladies not to say a word. And after all, dear, what is idle prattle for? Come on, they're not all that impressed with conversation. True gentlemen avoid it when they can, but they dote and swoon and fawn on a lady who's withdrawn. It's she who holds her tongue will get the man. Come on, you poor unfortunate soul. Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much, just your voice. You poor unfortunate soul. It's sad, but true. If you want to cross a bridge, my sweet, you've got to pay the toll. Take a gulp and take a breath and go ahead and sign the scroll. Flotsam, jetsam, now I've got her voice. The boss is on a roll. This poor, unfortunate soul. Thank you very much.
Shalisha, that was fabulous. I don't know if I'm gonna tell another story. I'm not gonna tell any jokes on this one. I'm just gonna keep telling random stories that nobody wants to hear. So I was, guess what, a spotlight operator person for Little Mermaid at Allenbury, and Shalisha played Ursula. But so I love Disney villains. I think Disney villains are way better than Disney princesses. Comment in the comment thing, wherever it is around us.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, see? Ryan agrees. So comment your favorite Disney villain or princess, whatever. Villains are better, but like whatever. So I got this little like action figure of Ursula, I think. It's like a little tiny Ursula. And it sat next to my spotlight for every single Little Mermaid show. And then afterwards I got this cute picture with me and Shalisha, like, but she was in costume, so it was like mini Ursula and then like real life Ursula and then me just like this. But it was cool and that was great. That's my story. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
It's a great story. We have one more performer left here today. We were fortunate enough to have worked with him on our Christmas show a couple years ago, The Man Who Saved Christmas, and he was also in It Should Have Been You. Done a lot of things in this area. If you are connected to theater, you probably know Nick Olson, and he is singing a song from one of my personal favorite musicals, Guys and Dolls. To picture him playing Nicely, Nicely Johnson is amusing in and of itself. So without further ado, please welcome Nick Olson singing Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat from Guys and Dolls.
Hey there, my name's Nick Olson, and I'm really excited to be singing in Keystone Theatrics' Favorite Roles Cabaret. Today I'm going to be singing Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat from Guys and Dolls, sang by the character Nicely, Nicely Johnson. I got to perform this role in my junior year of college at York College of Pennsylvania, and I think what makes it so memorable and one of my favorites is not only is the material hilarious and amazing and still holds up to this day, but I made some of my very best friends in the world performing in that show, and they remain my best friends to this day. So it's just a really happy memory for me, and I'm excited to get to revisit it in the cabaret today. I hope you enjoy. Thank you. I dreamed last night I was on the boat to heaven, and by some chance I had brought my dice along, and there I stood, and I hollered someone fade me, but the passengers, they knew right from wrong. For the people all said, sit down, you're out in the boat. People all said, sit down, you're out in the boat. And the devil will drag you under by the sharp lapel of your checkered coat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're out in the boat. I sailed away on that little boat to heaven, and by some chance found a bottle in my fist, and there I stood, nicely passing out the whiskey, but the passengers were bound to resist. For the people all said, beware, you're on a heavenly trip. People all said, beware, beware, you scuttle the ship. And the devil will drag you under by the fancy tie round your wicked throat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And as I laughed at those passengers to heaven, a great big wave came and washed me overboard. And as I sank and I hollered, someone save me, that's the moment I woke up. Thank the Lord. And I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under with a soul so heavy you'll never float. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, you're rocking, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down.
Thank you so much, Nick. That was a great closing number to our cabaret. That's it, guys. That is it for our favorite roles cabaret. As we said the past couple weeks, we are going to take a little break for a couple of weeks, get through Memorial Day, get to June and things like that. We're going to be kind of looking at our summer and some of the virtual offerings and things we can continue to offer, but we will be back with Sunday Under the Stars. In June, we have a couple really interesting theme ideas kicking around, so stay tuned for that and other announcements about some things coming up from Keystone Theatrics. So it's going to be a little while till we're back. Do any of you have any parting words that you would like to share with the fine folks watching our cabaret?
Thanks for watching. Just keep washing your hands.
Oh, yes. Important. Wash your hands.
Yes, and enjoy a safe and fun summer.
Yeah.
It will be midsummer, and we will see you again.
It will. Thank you so much. As always, we're thinking of you. We're hoping you're safe, healthy, and we can't wait to be back and doing these and many other things live. So until then, this has been Dustin, Ryan, Duke, and Rowan, and we hope you've enjoyed Sunday of the Stars. Take it easy.